Almost immediately, liberals jumped to Twitter to complain about President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee. Before Americans could even Google Brett Kavanaugh, Bernie Sanders posted his scathing rebuttal. But patriots were on hand to put Uncle Bernie and other left-wing idiots in their place. Are we really surprised that liberals are furious over Trump's Supreme Court pick? Trump could have nominated Gandhi and the left would be upset. It has nothing to do with Judge Kavanaugh's experience, skills, or track record. It has everything to do with the left's pathetic hatred for our commander-in-chief. In the age of Trump, Democrats have proven themselves to be petty and bitter children. They refuse to compromise with the president on any issue. Even measures to improve our economy, cut taxes, and fix infrastructure, they fight tooth and nail. Liberals were determined to oppose Trump's SCOTUS pick. In fact, some of them had their complaints ready before he announced his nominee. Just take the Women's March's ill-fated tweet. At this point everybody's aware that liberals were going to slam President Trump's Supreme Court nominee no matter who it was, but the Women's March organizers were apparently too distracted to bother to update their pre-written press release to reflect the name of Trump's choice. Everyone needs a copy editor. Example number 4732. Jason Saher, Edger, July 10, 2018. Source, Twitchy. Yeah, I'm really going to buy their bogus complaint. They clearly drafted that before Trump announced Brett Kavanaugh. How could this group claim this was a death sentence before they even knew who was being nominated? Perhaps it has to do with how biased, corrupt, and dishonest liberals are. Democratic leaders in D.C. were quick to promise they'd vote no for Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing. Big surprise. These are the same crooks who voted no on giving millions of Americans much-needed tax cuts. The same crooks who support sanctuary cities and the abolition of ICE. Naturally, they had their complaints ready to post just seconds after Trump made his announcement. Bernie Sanders, who once praised the president for his efforts to bring jobs back to the United States, was quick to spew his bogus communist nonsense. President Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh will be a rubber stamp for an extreme, right-wing agenda pushed by corporations and billionaires. We must mobilize the American people to defeat Trump's right-wing, reactionary nominee, Bernie Sanders. @SenSanders, July 10, 2018. Since when have conservative values, embraced by many Americans, been considered extreme right-wing? Already people are going over Brett Kavanaugh's record as a judge. You know what they don't see? Any decision that resembles extremism. This is what Uncle Bernie thinks of the traditions and values shared by most Americans. Putting families first is extreme. Protecting our border is part of a right-wing agenda. Limiting the size of government and giving freedom back to the American people is supporting corporations and billionaires. I guess Bernie, the Democratic Socialist, would rather have us all be slaves to a bloated, overstuffed federal government. I'm not sure what he means by we must mobilize the American people in order to stop Trump's pick. Does he not know how this process works? Newsflash, Bernie, the American people are behind Donald Trump. We elected him president, knowing he was going to nominate good people to the SCOTUS. You can put right-wing in your tweets all you want. That's not going to change that reality. Patriots were quick to put Bernie's bogus statement where it belongs, in the garbage bin. Bernie is scared that Kavanaugh might actually faithfully interpret the Constitution, which is an obstacle to his extreme, left-wing agenda. David, @Doveister, July 10, 2018. Look to Venezuela and other places. Bernie socialism is a disease. Seal, @Seal78598106. July 10, 2018. Must have a lot of time at that summer home of yours that you could sell and divide that profit up and give it to the needy. Leopold Vermillion, @VermillionFlame, July 10, 2018. Says a guy who wants to take everyone's money and give it away. Hey, wait, didn't @SenSanders' wife steal a lot of money? Wonder where that went. #unhinged left. Jeff Sloan, @BeerSnobSloan, July 10, 2018. If you just listen to Bernie for just 10 minutes, you learn what an idiot he is. This man literally knows no other vocation than stirring up resentment and making promises that cannot be kept. Without politics, he would be the crazy homeless guy standing on the street corner screaming at the passers-by. Stephen Hedrick, It's called normal common sense and following the Constitution, not extreme right-wing. Good grief, if anyone is extreme, it's the unhinged, threatening left. Joan Huffman. Liberals are so blinded by their hate that they seem to have forgotten that the role of Supreme Court justice is to interpret, not make laws. Just quit with the fake outrage over every little thing. Protesting things that haven't even happened is just ignorant. Deborah Rozitsky Fairbank. It's clear that Americans aren't buying the left's phony outrage over Trump's pick. Liberals are doing what they do best, throwing a temper tantrum when things don't go their way. Over the last 2 years, we've seen the same thing. Instead of manning up and working with this administration, they obstruct, bicker, and hinder American progress. Kind of explains why they continue to lose, huh?